Like the phoenix, the long-lived mythical bird that obtains new life by rising out from the remains of its predecessor, the Scarborough Library Facility is reborn, surpassing expectation. This modern facility will serve to meet the leisure, research, and developmental needs of persons of all ages and abilities. It also caters to the visually impaired and provides access to the physically challenged. The library will employ the latest technology to serve as a focal point for library and information services in Tobago by integrating all the other library services on the island. The facility has 3 floors, with sections named after a few prominent Tobagonians. These persons were selected based on their contribution to the development of the island. The recognition of their impact will serve to inspire the next generation of Tobagonians to strive for excellence. The library's auditorium has been named the Anne Mitchell Gift Auditorium. Mrs. Gift was one of the few persons that have been associated with library services in Tobago when it became a public library. She was instrumental in streamlining Tobago's library services with the National Library, whilst ensuring that the facility was able to meet the demands of the information age. She has always been passionate about library services in Tobago, as she remained committed to the establishment of the Scarborough Library after leaving the library in 1999. As a member of the Friends of Tobago Library Society, Mrs. Gift has worked with officials and staff of the library to ensure the Scarborough Library Facility fulfills its mandate.
We don't want to change anything. We want to be able to influence people. Knowledge, as you know, is power. So what we try to do in a library is to present information so that people could be informed. It's one of the challenges we have with the modern technology, where anybody could go online and put anything. When things had to be in writings years ago, it was not so easy to get information publicized, right? So it's one of the things that we have to be careful about and to try and make sure that as far as is possible, because there's a limit, there are ways that the information being made available could be checked as accurate.
Mrs. Gift says the honor motivates her.
I think it is really, I think it's a natural feeling to be appreciative of any attempt to recognize your years of work, which still not quite finished. So I think that, this would be an impetus to kind of keep you going.
The Children's Services Department is also housed on the ground floor. As the name suggests, the space is designed with children in mind. It's open and bright and named after a second honoree. The Children's Library is called the Eastland Mackenzie Children's Library. Dr. Mackenzie is known for her work in community development and the performing arts.
You didn't apply for this, you didn't ask for this. You start to think of your own life, and along the way, what impact did it have on the development of what a library stands for, what the facilities in a library, could be used for. And then you just say, to God be the glory.
Her fables and anecdotes will surely come alive and ignite the imaginations of children in the department's storytelling room. She believes the library will do a lot for the island's children.
My God, a library facility, it's called a facility, is not just a place where you go and read books, and you could go into the storytelling room as we used to do in Nalis in Trinidad, they have storytelling. We used to do that too. Storytelling. We had all people coming in and telling you stories. You tell me. You tell me. Oh my God, it's endless.
A place of inspiration.
A place of inspiration. You could take children, one class could come to the library for a week and go to a different section of the library and be engaged. And I am sure out of every class, you might find one child to say, I want to be that. I want to be this. I want to do this. I want to do that. When you leave that place with the class, my God, because it is a place for our achievements.
As we continue to explore the intricacies of our majestic Firebird, we go up to the first floor where you will find the James Begat Adult Library. Mr. Begat was the first black elected member of the Legislative Council from Tobago. He is being recognized for his contribution to the development of the island. Mr. Begat's grandson and great-grandson are dedicated to keeping his memory alive.
It's very important to recognize historical figures for the work that they do, for the contribution that they make, for the participation that they are involved in the society. And it's important that the coming generations are aware of their work. And I think that is something that is developing in Tobago to raise the status of illustrious leaders, people who've made a contribution. And I think that's something that my father's been trying to do. And I think the achievements that he's made in raising the status of James A. Begat have been successful so far. And I think there's even more work to be done.
His great-grandson feels esteemed to have his great-grandfather's legacy immortalized.
Access to knowledge, access to education, access to educational facilities, to learning facilities. These are vital elements of a society, of the development of a society. So for Tobago to have a contemporary library, a modern, developed, advanced library with excellent facilities for the people of Tobago, this is fantastic. This is a fantastic achievement.
The second floor of the Phoenix contains the Susan Craig James Adult Reference Library. Dr. Susan Craig James is a noted historian and sociologist. The Changing Society of Tobago 1838 to 1938, A Fractured Whole, and Smiles and Blood are just two of her published pieces to date. Dr. James would like to see the library have a positive effect on the island.
So I would like to see the new library promote a love of reading and a love and a wonder, a love of an excitement for the world around us so that we can learn about ourselves and about other places and other peoples as well. I feel very honored. I'm grateful to the decision makers who decided on this. I'm also grateful to my parents whose investment in me I cannot stop talking about. And I'm grateful to Almighty God because it is He who gives gifts and abilities, and promotion comes from Him. So I am thankful for this.
The latest rebirth of the Phoenix has embraced the ideals of cultural preservation, technology, and universal access. The adjacent amphitheatre will resume its standing as a place of expression, enlightenment, and entertainment. The Scarborough Library was once the core of activity in Lower Scarborough. Its rebirth will reignite the need to congregate at this familiar space, leaving no doubt in the minds of Tobagonians that information inspires innovation.